President Joe Biden, as we speak, is preparing to leave Kansas City after his visit here to discuss and promote the new infrastructure law. You're taking a live look at KCI and at Air Force One. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here at 4 today. The president gave a speech earlier detailing how the $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure deal will help with projects in our area. Let's kick off our live team coverage this afternoon. We have anchor Dia Wall standing by, as well as I-Team reporter Sarah Plake, who's out at the Kansas City Area Transportation Authority, where the president just spoke. First, though, Dia, we want to start with you. Give us an overview of the purpose of today's visit and what this means for the metro and beyond.
Well, Caitlin, the president spoke for about 30 to 35 minutes, and he was talking about the importance and significance of the passage of that infrastructure bill. And I can tell you, he hasn't left that long ago because the seal of the president is still affixed to that podium right behind me. He started by, of course, acknowledging some of the local legends here. He talked a little bit about Bob Dole, his legacy, his friendship, what he means to this country, and, of course, to the state of Kansas. He also shouted out Congressman Emanuel Cleaver and said, you know, this infrastructure bill doesn't get done without his tireless support and effort. And he also mentioned Sharice Davids. There was a moment here where the crowd erupted because he congratulated the late and great Buck O'Neil on his enshrinement in, of course, the National Baseball Hall of Fame there in Cooperstown. So there were a lot of little Kansas City touches to start his speech. But, of course, the big deal, infrastructure. We are talking about billions of dollars that are going to be coming to Kansas and Missouri. $9 billion to the state of Missouri for infrastructure, $4 billion to Kansas for infrastructure. And this is going to cover everything from those roads and those bridges to clean water, even accessing and building up the foundation for broadband internet. So he covered quite a bit. Here's a little bit of what he had to say about his plans with the bill.
We've known that our infrastructure had problems for a long, long time. I don't think I could take one more phrase that's going to be infrastructure week. But guess what? It's going to be infrastructure decade now, man. No more talking. Action.
The projects that we're talking about with the federal government for these funds will impact everyone in this city. They're transformational, they're inclusive, they're in all neighborhoods of the city. It's affordable housing, it's fixing our roads, it's building new parks, it's supporting our residents in ways that we wouldn't otherwise be able to without this type of funding.
Kansas City Manager Brian Platt there talking about the significance of the infrastructure bill. Our colleague Sarah Plake was also here in the room for the speech, and one of the big hallmarks, Sarah, was really shouting out the impact that unions have and just how many of these jobs generated through the infrastructure bill will impact unions like the ones we have right here in Kansas City.
That's right. He really knew his crowd here. He was talking to all the labor workers and the union workers who were in the crowd. He said that this infrastructure deal cannot happen without their support, and that we're going to bring up America, build back America from the ground up and the middle out. And he says that this is the biggest investment in infrastructure in 70 years. And so, of course, as Dia said, billions of dollars will be funneled into our region for roads and bridges, clean water, clean infrastructure. And we've got a lot more projects here on the list. The Building a Better America plan also promises all those new union jobs. The Mid-America Regional Council estimates that every $1 billion invested into infrastructure generates about 13,000 to 27,000 jobs. We talked to the Teamsters Local 41 president, who says that they're ready to see this plan come into action.
The old saying, if you build it, they will come. And so the new airport is just an extension of Kansas City to bring more people into Missouri and Kansas and provide work for folks.
Another key part of his speech was that these union jobs do not require a college degree. So, of course, this is huge when we talk about all of our students who are looking toward their future and trying to plan out what their career is. And President Biden says his plan will generate millions of jobs nationwide. I'm Sarah Plake, KSHB 41 News.
Sarah, thank you for that. You talk about the unions. Kansas City Mayor Quentin Lucas talked about the fact that all the signage here, I tweeted some of those little road signs you saw were made by union workers right here in Kansas City. In fact, I have one in my hand, the number 46 for the 46th President of the United States, signed by President Joe Biden. Apparently so impressed that he signed a few of the signs handmade by our very own union workers here in this community. And KCATA really wants to take this funding and the support and put it to good use. They want to be able to expand that electric fleet and increase that bi-state transportation option for people like you and me in the city.
The evolution of public transit has turned to public transit for the next 25 years, not the last 25. And Ryan KC and the ATA are on the cutting edge of that evolution, and I believe that's why the president's come to say hi.
Another big thing that the Kansas City Area Transportation Authority would like to do is use that money for more road improvements. Again, $13 to $14 billion, Caitlin, is going to be flowing into Kansas and Missouri and is going to be seen and felt in all kinds of projects in our metro area. Next up, we're going to talk to Charlie KEEGAN.
Good afternoon to you, Dia. The first person who President Biden met when he got off of Air Force One here behind me at the bottom of those stairs was Missouri Governor Mike Parson. They shook hands. They had a nice long conversation. The First Lady of Missouri was also there alongside Mayor Quinton Lucas. 7-minute long conversation that focused a lot on infrastructure. The president and governor have both made infrastructure a priority. Here in Missouri, Governor Mike Parson has a whole focus on bridges program to really renovate and replace bridges in needs. He told me that the president's infrastructure law will really help build on that program and help different programs continue moving forward here in Missouri. This is what the governor told me.
Great opportunities for everybody across the state. We just need to make sure we do things that have a lifespan. You know, what's this going to look like 10 and 15 years from now? But it's going to be a great opportunity for us.
The governor says any day he can talk about infrastructure, it is a good day, and he used the word great opportunities at least 5-6 times during our short interview. So he's really hoping this turns into a great opportunity for Missouri, and great opportunity, he mentioned, using that key word, to expand broadband as well. He said that is just as important when you talk about infrastructure as roads and bridges and dams. Broadband internet access is part of this bill. Dia, back to you.
Charlie, thank you so much for that. Sarah Plake and I were able to talk to a lot of the folks who were here in person for President Joe Biden's speech this afternoon. We're going to bring you some of the highlights, some of the key points, and some of the things that you at home should take away. And Caitlin, you know I always like to find out those little nuggets of information when I'm out reporting and covering things live. Turns out the president could not come to Kansas City without leaving with a little bit of barbecue. And so the Kansas City mayor's office sent them back on Air Force One, mind you, with Gates Barbecue. Live at KCATA, Dia Wall. We'll send it back to you.
Hey, Dia, how can anyone come to Kansas City and not take some barbecue sauce home? You can't blame them there. Thank you, Dia, for that live report. Our team coverage does continue online. You can follow every update on our live blog on our website. That, of course, is at kshb.com.